This is the Fifth Estate Winning Headlines, your media police post. In this segment, we summarize the headlines that you may have missed this morning. But we also take a look at the political pieces that we call cartoons in this country. Today is the 3rd of December 2021, and I am DK.
I am Miss Pope.
And I am GK. In case you missed the headlines.
Yes.
Here they are for you. The Daily Nation. School fires, fines spark fresh crisis. The Standard. Presidency. This is my time, says Raila. The Star. Musalia defends Ruto over Uhuru attacks. And the People Daily. Police alarmed by civilians with high-grade guns. So, we have a 3-part criteria that we use to judge the headlines for you. We ask ourselves these 3 questions. Is the headline topical or speculative? Is it repetitive or groundbreaking? And finally, is it thoughtful or just plain lazy? So what do you guys think about the headlines today?
I particularly liked the Standard. Raila said it's his time, and I think indeed it is his time. His time has come.
Yeah, I think he was in Migori when he gave these when he was giving this speech, and he was telling them this time it is his time to take them to Canaan, and
Which actually is his time. It is actually his time. I was kind of attracted to the People Daily, but I don't know how much I want to talk about guns. So yeah, I think I'll give it to the Standard. I think that was topical, speaking to the moment, and also very much not groundbreaking, but also telling us where we are going.
Exactly. So we agreed that we give the Standard our winning headline.
Yes.
So there we go. Our winning headline is from the Standard. So DK, what do you have to tell us today?
Let me take it off. This week, Uhuru Kenyatta told country that Raila Odinga will become president in 2022. Yes, in fact, he told us that Ruto is on a path of self-destruction in Nakuru. And this made us reflect on the affairs of the Gema Nation. Dear Gema Nation, Uhuru Kenyatta had proposed to increase revenue allocation to Gema by almost 80 billion through BBI. And so today I ask, what was wrong with that? And the Uhuru question in this is this. Between the man who doubles your revenue and the one who tells you to reject the money, who is your enemy? The story of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto can only be explained by George Orwell's fable, The Animal Farm. It is about a leader with a plan and a detractor executing a scheme. Once upon a time, a leader called Snowball in this fable had completed plans to build a windmill. He had drawn them on a huge piece of paper, which he laid on the floor. All the animals came to look at the drawings and get inspired. But a pig called Napoleon had stayed away. Like Ruto, he hated the BBI windmill, but did not say why. Then one day, he arrived without giving notice. He lifted his left leg and urinated all over the plants, destroying them. And this is Ruto for you, Gema people. He has peed on all the president's plans without giving alternatives. Instead, he has given you, Gema people, a stupid wheelbarrow. And therefore, dear Kikuyus, historically, hampangwingwi. By the way, it looks like this time your multi-billion economies across Gema Nation imepangwa kwa wheelbarrow. Question is, and then? If Ruto has peed on BBI proposal to give you more money and offered you nothing but a wheelbarrow, what is your plan going forward, you Gema people? our hypothesis is simple. William Ruto knows what is good for Mount Kenya. He knows that the conversation around one man, one vote, 1 shilling is what the Gema Nation is willing to hear. However, he will pee on anything that gives credit to President Uhuru Kenyatta because he knows he wants to do it himself. He has told you BBI was bad because it was not good. But today, he will tell you Gema Nation, or rather we will tell you Gema Nation. If William Ruto becomes president tomorrow, the first thing he will do in his presidency is to implement the BBI recommendations as they were fresh. Just like Napoleon, he will want to own the idea of the BBI windmill, and he will not want Uhuru Kenyatta to be credited for it.
Today, I would like to pose some questions. Has William Ruto overestimated his support in the mountain? Is he counting his eggs before they have even hatched? Well, allow us to explore these questions with a story. Once upon a time, a farmer went to the shamba to milk her prize cow. After milking the cow, she placed the milk in a bucket and put the bucket on her head to take to the market. On her way to the market, as she was beaming with pride with all the milk that she had managed to collect, she begins to think, with the cream that I shall get from this milk, I can make some butter, which I'll take to the market and sell. Then I'll buy some eggs with the money, and when the eggs have hatched, I'll have some chickens to develop a poultry farm. Then I can sell the chickens, and with that money, I'll buy a fine yellow African dress to wear to the next big bash. All the young men will admire me and make advances, but I shall shake my head and dismiss them. At that moment, while lost in her ambitious thoughts, she made a critical error. She actually shakes her head. She drops the pail of milk on the ground, and there went all her hard work for the day, along with all her hopes and all her dreams. And that is William Ruto for you. Like the farmer, he has milked the Mount Kenya cow, collected the votes, and put them on his head. While walking on the path to 2022, he, just like the farmer, has begun to count all the endless possibilities that Gema votes can give him. Perhaps they can offer him protection from the big bad wolf abroad. Or maybe they can get him more chicken feed for his chickens. And when all the potential coalitions come begging, he dreams of how he will shake his head and dismiss them. But just like the farmer, Ruto has made a crucial error. He has failed to understand the people that he so deeply depends on. History shows us that Gema only shows up to vote if one of their own is on the ballot. Bottom line, they are unreliable to anyone who is not from the mountain. Ruto has failed to understand this simple fact. And now, his Gema votes are spilling out of the unfixable bucket and landing right into the bucket of his rival, Raila, who is happily collecting the votes bit by bit. And I will end with this question. Will Ruto's current hubris be his undoing?
Today, I would like to address the Oka sisterhood. In the last couple of days, they have been appearing confused. They still claim that they are going solo come 2022. Then they claim that they have moles amongst them, and they have made a number of baffling pronouncements. The bearded sisters are wandering in the dark with no sense of direction. They are like a lamp in the dark with no light. Let me explain. Once upon a time, a blind man visited a close friend. They talked for hours, and by the time it was time to go home, it was dark outside. And so, as he was leaving, he asked his friend to lend him a kerosene lamp. Surprised, the friend asked him, "Why carry a lamp? You will not see any better with it." To which the blind man replied, No, but other people will see me better and not bump into me. The friend understood his logic and procured him a lamp, and the blind man went on his journey. But he did not go very far before somebody bumped into him. In a moment of rage, the blind man shouted, "Why don't you look where you're going? Don't you see I have a lamp?" In response, the other man shouted, "If you had put your lamp on, I would have not bumped into you." And in that moment, the blind man realized that he had been walking in the dark with a lamp that had no light. What is my point here? Oka believe that they have the numbers when in fact they do not have what it takes. Oka needs light in their camp. They need Raila more than Raila needs them. With or without the Oka sisters, Baba is 44% strong. This is a fact based on history. This week, JM reminded us that better the devil you know than the angel that you do not. The Oka sisterhood is better placed with Raila, whom they know, and they have worked together with him for years, than the angel chicken seller who masquerades in the name of a wheelbarrow. Dear Oka sisters, there is a condition worse than blindness, and it is seeing something that isn't there, or thinking that your lamp is on while in fact it is off, and you are in darkness. Get your act together. If you form a coalition with Raila, you will have the light in your lamp and you will make it come 2022. But if you continue wallowing in darkness, you will bump yourself into opposition and be in the cold for another decade. Take it or leave it.
Indeed, we shall take it
Or leave it.
or leave it.
So on a day that we had our winning headlines from the Standard, I would like to leave you with a quote.
Oh,
Before I leave you with a quote, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Pan Free to Air, GoTV, and Starters. This is the quote. Hatupangwingwi. Enjoy your weekend.